Yo, what's going on, guys? GZTV back with another video, and in this video we are going to be talking about the 6th episode of Season 3 of Outer Banks. We are a little over halfway through the brand new Outer Banks season, and we're here to talk about it. So I'm going to get this done really quick. There's some March Madness games going on. Hopefully I have the thumbnail on there, but if not, it's all good. Oh no, I forgot. We can change it on the channel after the video. That's fine with me, but let's get into it. Let's talk about it. We've wasted too much time already. So episode 6 of Outer Banks season 3 starts with John B reflecting on the grand adventures he used to be told by his father as a child. So we've gotten a couple of monologues throughout this new season of John B kind of talking about his moments with his dad, and now that his dad is actually alive and back in the series, he's been that way for a couple episodes, 2-3 episodes. It all comes back to fruition. However, he's now seeing the true horrors of what these treasure hunts entail, including bloodshed, betrayals, and death. So, John B., you gotta remember, these kids are probably like 19, 20. They're probably around my age. It's not like they're grown adults. Like, if you see someone just get murdered, I mean, obviously, if anyone sees someone get murdered for the first time and they haven't experienced it, it's gonna be a lot for them to handle. And John B., it's a lot for him to handle there, like his dad killing those people. It's not quite the glamorous ordeal he once thought it was. Oh, it's the treasure, the X marks the spot, we gotta follow the treasure map. It's not quite like that. There's a lot of hoops, like in the reality of treasure hunting, and John B's starting to realize that. He tells the audience that as the show starts. So John B picks up his father's cues and tells his friends that their trip to Charleston was a complete bust. He lies. He's telling these people lies. They're picking up on it. They're realizing like John B is acting really weird. Quite why he's lying to all of his friends is another matter, but Sarah attempts to try and convince John B to speak the truth in private again, because everyone is catching on to the fact that John B is lying, and Sarah, as his girlfriend, wants him to speak the truth. He refuses, though, as contrived angst becomes the dish of the day. Like, he realizes he actually can't tell them, and his dad is, like, manipulating him. His dad, coming back, at first he thought he was going to be a blessing, but it's almost like a curse at this point. He's ruining a lot of friendships, and yeah. Sarah leaves in a huff while the others go their separate ways, too. Everyone's kind of frustrated because, obviously, El Dorado is the big thing, a pretty big part of the treasure hunt, and if John B found it and he's lying, that's not good. It's not going to help anyone. John B and Big John head off on the road again, this time intent on finding Kelly Kepler, an old friend from grad school. Yeah, so we're all doing this for John B's dad. Like, John B did not want to do any of this. So, yeah, keep that in mind. Big John is kind of an asshole. Like, you kind of like him early on in the series at first, but now it's like, wow, he's such an asshole for what he's doing. He's so selfish. Unfortunately, she's been killed. They figured out Kelly Kepler dies. She had just got back from an expedition in South America along with several other professors where she made a big discovery regarding a ruin in the jungle. There's no way this is a coincidence, and it could well be Singh's handiwork. He probably killed her. John B isn't the only one working with betrayals. Rafe betrays his father, pointing out that he's dead to everyone back home, and as such, he's going to stay and grow the family business. Now, people, at this point, people are treating it like Ward is dead, because he is dead technically to those people. And so Rafe is running their business, and Rafe can go against his father, because his father's technically dead here, He also shrugs off the missing cross, too, and puts his father in his place, which is kind of insane. It's kind of a weird family dynamic that the Camerons got going on there. As per the usual teen drama tropes, Sarah heads back to see Topper, and after drinking a bit, the pair agree to go to a big party. Now, you kind of feel like some intimacy is kind of in the air. These two might rekindle a relationship. And if you guys don't know, in real life, like Chase Stokes and Madeline Klein, they broke up. So I think the show creators are trying to smoothly transition Madeline Klein's character possibly back into the kooks, which is something I didn't necessarily anticipate. But I did kind of forget their relationship troubles, but she's making the full transition. I'm calling it. She's going to be a kook for the rest of the season. And maybe in the end she'll have like a resolution type of thing. JJ, meanwhile, heads down to the dock and notices Barry and Rafe on their boat discussing the gold. So he's trying to get his job back with this guy he cleans boats for, and coincidentally, Barry and Rafe's boat is right there. He eavesdrops and realizes what they're up to, so he's able to inform other people so they can prepare He feeds this back to Pope, who's down in the dumps after realizing that he's been dropped to the lower grade classes thanks to missing a bunch of time at school. He realizes there's no point, F it, this is a waste of time, I'm dropping out of school and I'm becoming a full-on pogue. We're going to go on adventures with my friends. I guess that's like his plan with life, you know. As a result, Pope decides to quit outright, yeah. This blow is only made worse when Pope learns the cross has been melted down. Like, his life is going downhill. So, like, he quit school to go after the cross, but he realizes the cross is done for. It's gold. I'm sick of being the good guy, he says, and heads off. We don't know where he goes. It could be really bad. Meanwhile, Big John shows up to see his old partner, Dr. Tommy Sowell. He surprises John B. He didn't expect any visitors, that whole thing. He claims that Big John betrayed him in the past, which... yeah, Big John's a pretty selfish person. He betrays a lot of people, it seems, at this point. Tommy's skittish nature continues when he notices the statue now in one piece, something they've been chasing for years. Tommy's concerned and tells the pair to stay away, as this is going to get dangerous. Like, this relic is very important, it's very sought after, and I think everyone kind of realizes that. He points out a spot to put the statue out before he can complete the sentence. But before he completes the sentence, an assassin shows up and knocks Tommy down with a killer dart. We're not sure if the professor lived. I'm assuming not. But yeah, Big John tries to get away, but he's caught by Singh, who shows up and holds him at gunpoint. Singh just comes out of nowhere. He's coming right back for the relic. Big John gets his leverage, though, pointing out that Singh needs a translator in order to find the treasure. So Singh is ready to just cap him, and then, yeah, he's like, I can translate this for you. He's the only one alive able to translate the statue, given he just killed the other, Tommy, which was probably not a good move. As a result, because, Tommy's not even really going after the treasure, so if they would have killed Big John, they could have just took Tommy, you know? As a result, Big John is taken away into the boat with Singh, while John B is left at gunpoint and facing certain death. Obviously, there's a lot of plot convenience. They can't just kill a guy like John B out of nowhere. You know, other shows typically throw that curveball, but this show is kind of family-friendly anyways. Thankfully, he manages to throw sand in the goon's eyes and hurry away. I don't know how they missed those shots that they were shooting, but meanwhile, Sarah ends up drinking with Topper, and under the light of the fire, he apologizes to her and admits he just wants her to be happy, so there's kind of just this romantic moment between these two characters, and they make up. He kisses her on the cheek, so in reply, Sarah decides to properly kiss him, pretty much rekindling that relationship. John B is very absent from Sarah's life, so she realizes, I need to go back to Topper, I guess. When she awakens on the beach, she finds herself in his arms, the realization that she's cheated on John B haunting her. Because, yeah, she's not a big fan of what John B has been doing lately, but she still doesn't really want to fully transition away from him. He's, you know... When John B drives back home again, JJ is there to confront him, like, why the hell do you keep lying to us? John B admits everything to his friend, including how 2 people died and the crazy situation he's found himself in. So JJ kind of finds some understanding. He's like, okay, you've kind of gone through some stuff. Understandably, JJ is not happy that John has kept this from everyone. Speaking of secrets, War touches back down, ready to confront his son, and make his return to Kilgaro. So we can talk about the episode real quick, just what I think. I have crucial information I'm not going to tell anyone so the plot can happen trope is one of the laziest in cinema. It's something that's plagued rom-coms for years, and even before that through numerous different movies when a simple conversation would have sufficed to clear something up. Or everything up, sorry. Here, there seems to be no clear reason why John B is lying to his friends, especially Sarah. It's probably, realistically though, it's probably because they're going for the treasure too, so his dad is being selfish and telling him to lie to them. He's doing it because of his dad. That's the reason. Even worse, there's absolutely no fallout to the train robbery from before. No police chase, no nothing. They're just in the clear. I don't know. Nor does there seem to be any media attention over the fact that Big John is back after all these years with his face plastered all over the TV screens. Like, this guy was pronounced dead. Like, shouldn't they be talking about him a little bit? The fact that no media personnel has even tried to get an interview with him belies belief. Yeah. He's just roaming the streets and no one fucking cares. The lack of consequence seems to spill over to Sarah too, who has now cheated on John B after their first argument. It remains to be seen whether there will be consequences for this or not. Will John B find out? Hopefully this chapter is just a blip, but after a pretty good start, the poor writing is just starting to show now. This was not that good of an episode. I was entertained, but there were definitely some flaws with the storytelling and stuff like that. So, yeah, leave a like, comment, subscribe, Jeezy TV, I am out. I gotta go watch some March Madness. I'm gonna be watching Walking Dead, throughout the day, during commercial breaks and stuff. I'll watch a little bit, stuff like that. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll give you guys a bunch of TV show stuff. We're on Outer Banks and Walking Dead, but soon after Outer Banks is over, we'll be back on Dexter. Don't you guys worry about that. There's a couple of other shows I have lined up for the future. So yeah, have a good rest of your day.